Stadium here. It has finished West Ham United 3, Arsenal 3.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. There we have it then, 3-3. What a ridiculous game, I guess is the best way to describe that. If I'm completely honest, I did not expect it to go that way at half-time, or 33 minutes, I should say, when Arsenal were 3-0 down, but it did finish 3-3. We had chances to win it as well, and so did they. So David Hillier, who's filling in for Clarkey today, is alongside me. No video, but we've got the voice of God. What did you make of that?
Not quite. I could try. I thought, do you know what? It's put a smile on my face because I've enjoyed a half of football. I've enjoyed a football match. First of all, it was a good game in the second half, especially from an Arsenal point of view. From a West Ham point of view, in the first half, it was a decent game. But what a transformation, a difference in attitude. But it needs to be able to be changed on the pitch, Nick. When you get in positions of 1-0 down and 2-0 down, that 2 goals in quick succession, you need on the pitch to be able to change it. If you change it, then it's a different story. But I don't know what Arteta said at halftime, but obviously he rifled a few. That we was a lot more offensive, a lot more forward thinking, a lot quicker on the ball. Ødegaard involved in everything up front. His movement between the lines, really good. And some great work by Callum Chambers, who really weren't in it in the first half much until he put the ball in for Lacazette for that goal that kick-started our rebirth in that game.
I would love to know exactly what Mikel Arteta said to the side at half-time, because obviously after the first 33 minutes, I'm sure that wasn't the game plan, obviously, to go 3-0 down in that time, but your game plan goes out of the window. So I guess you've got to change it completely at half-time.
Yeah, I think he would have put some tactical nous into it as well. It wouldn't have just been, your attitude and application's got to improve, because that was obvious, and the speed of play. I think the width we got in the second half, we had more movement on the flanks to open up the space for Callum Chambers. Before in the first half, I don't know why Oba was out on the right. He was a bit static, so there was no space for Callum Chambers to go into. We saw more movement. We saw Lacazette coming off into the hole, lots, flicking the ball around the corner. The other forward running off the side on the move. So if it doesn't go through on the flick on, there's lots of space on the right for Chambers to exploit. So movement was the biggest thing for me in the second half, positive movement.
It was such a shame that, and I know with hindsight, it's a wonderful thing, and I sound like Captain Hindsight here saying this, but if we didn't play the way that we did in that first half an hour, it would have been a comfortable win for us today and 3 points on the board. And I know that's, after the event way of looking at things, but you can't help it sometimes, can you?
No, but obviously you want the best, don't you? And hindsight's a beautiful thing, because you'd say, do you know what? I'll just volley that one up the pitch because I'm likely to make a mistake here. But we can't do that. It's all about how you react. And it's a shame, like I said, that the players didn't react properly after that second one going in, Nick. There was no reaction. It was more of a defeatist look about us. And then the third one, big kick in the teeth. And then all of a sudden, that goal. I think just before the goal, we probably had 2 minutes. We started to get back into it, 2 or 3 minutes, because we was only in it for 10 minutes of that last second half. But there was a gear change, an attitude change. And I think at half time, Arteta used that little change. He put more belief into them. He added a few tactical twists and stuff. And it was great to see the substitutions. 3 forwards coming on, 3 attack line. I know one was a like for like, but he wants to win this game. His intent was there in his substitutions.
Yeah, very much so. Right, let's have a look at the first of the 3 things that we learned from this afternoon's game then. I was about to say tonight, not quite yet. Right, number 1, poor intensity and concentration in the first half almost proved very costly. And as you can imagine, lots of people were very upset after that first half display. Scott here saying Arsenal looked tired and uninterested in matching West Ham's intensity. This is how Europa League kills Premier League progress, I should say. Let's have a look at the next one. John here says Arsenal have to take back the initiative. Squad need to embrace the fact that there is never an easy win and never underestimate the competition. We deserve to be where we are in this match. We have to match their intensity. And this one from Reddit, the start of the second half is a complete reversal compared to the start of the first half. So like you say, Dave, you've already touched on it. You know, that would have been Mikel Arteta at half time, basically giving his instructions and essentially giving the team a bit of a kick up the backside. I'm sure you've been in your career in positions like that in the past.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's really simple as well. It might be the manager just gets hold of one player and he says, this is what you need to do to stop them having an outlet all the time. And if he can recognise where they're creating their space to get at us and kill that off. I mean, Souček's runs in the first half. We didn't see them in the second half because someone was in the hole ready to track him or fill in the space. So he didn't make them as much. So, you know, little small directives like that will influence the game big time, because all of a sudden you nick the ball in the areas you was previously losing it, and you've then got the space because West Ham are a little bit open. And that's what we found second half. We picked up more second balls in the middle with Partey and Xhaka, direct passes from them straight down the middle into Ødegaard, into Lacazette, even into Ober a couple of times, who for me was quiet again, but you know, and it looked good. The players then had something to believe and thought, hold on, he's just tweaked that a little bit and we've got West Ham on toast now. And it paid off. The goals came, and they was good goals. They was really good goals.
West Ham were on the ropes. You're right. And I think you said it in commentary. You hit the nail on the head. I would have loved to have been in the stadium for the last 10 minutes of that game. You know, it would have been immense.
But even the whole game, I mean, if you was an Arsenal fan, you'd have all that emotion of the first half. You'd be in the bar at half time, feeling sick, wanting to get as many of them 7-pounder pints down your neck as you can, and you know, get back out there. And then the second half would take you on an emotional high, you know. So it's an all-round game. It's not great, but from a performance point of view, but from a spectators, and it's such a shame that there's not 50,000 people sitting in there watching it. It is such a shame, especially if West Ham doing so well.
Yeah. For West Ham fans, that is. Right, let's have a look at the second thing that we learned from tonight's performance then. And it's about these three, Lacazette, Ødegaard and Chambers, all made big contributions. Lots of love on social media for these guys. We got one here saying Lacazette, Ødegaard and Chambers are really trying. And it paid off in the end, didn't it? JS Ødegaard been the one trying everything together. This one here, Lacazette leading by example, playing with real intensity. And that might be the last one. Thought we had another one, but obviously not. Right, a word on Martin Ødegaard, because for me, so much love for him on social media. And me and Clarkie have spoke about it on the show previously to today. But he seems to be growing into his skin in North London now. We're seeing the player that we all thought we were getting. Yeah,
absolutely. He's taken off that outer layer. He's peeling back the layers now, isn't he? Like an onion. And we're seeing that bit in the middle, the nice bit of him. And it took time for it to come, for him to settle into it, like you say. But gradual improvements are good. You know, you don't want steps back, and we're not seeing that. We're seeing him get on the ball more and more in good positions. He's moving the ball quicker. I think sometimes he's got one or two too many players around him. Sometimes he should be getting the ball and not Xhaka, because I see a little 2-yard pass between them both. If he gets it first, the move's ahead of itself in time because there's not an extra pass. So I think he'll be more demanding in there. I think he's getting good relationships. He's understanding players around him, where they'll be. And, you know, he's trying to get shots off. That goal that he scored has obviously, you know, stirred up something in him. Yeah. And and when you start getting shots off, Nick, people have to come and close you down because they're worried, you know, so they'll come and close him down and he'll fake a little pass, a little 1-2 round him. That's what you've got to do. You've got to make defenders think. You've got to move them. You've got to put doubt in their mind. And by doing different things, he's doing that. Definitely. It brings something really massive to the side.
Yeah, Lacazette, another good game. But a word on Callum Chambers from you as well, because, you know, he didn't have the greatest first half, but he really flipped it around in the second half. And also he's coming into the side pretty cold as well. You know, he's not been playing many games, and to do what he did in the second half, you know, it's commendable.
Yeah, he's only had one start, hasn't he, previous? And before that, I think we was going back to like December 2019 was his last Premier League start before that. So yeah, he's not been involved loads. And the first half was difficult for him. He couldn't get the ball out of his feet. He was caught in the same doldrums, if you like, that the rest of the team were like. There was no wind to blow him along, you know, and he was just caught up in that. It he just was average, and then he crept into it a little bit. Then he gave the assist to Lacazette, and the belief came in. West Ham, he got a little bit of space at the end of the first half. Tactical change at half time by Arteta opened up more space for him. And he put some lovely crosses in. He caused a lot of problems. And for a player who's not got loads of pace, he's not got loads of skill, but he did the simple things good. He put most of his balls were in good areas, and he caused problems for West Ham.
Yeah. All right, well, let's have a look at the third and final thing then that we learned from this afternoon's performance then, and it is this: Arsenal's fight and desire made this one of the games of the season. It really was end-to-end stuff as well. Josh here, Alexandre Lacazette has his second and Arsenal's third of the game. Great desire and determination from the Gunners, 3-0 down, and it's now 3-0. Incredible game. It's actually his first of the game, wasn't it? Because the other one got chalked off as an own goal, which I thought was harsh myself. But Mr. Fitz here says, showing some heart and desire this half, which was very needed, it has to be said. And when that third goal went in, to be honest with you, Dave, I kind of felt like we deserved to pull it level, when that third one went in.
I thought we deserved to win it. I mean, and I'm definitely a bias. I'm definitely biased. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to sit on the fence around that one. But I felt the way we attacked the game, the way we made West Ham shrink and almost think that they couldn't afford to come out and attack us anymore. They had to I thought that was brilliant play by Arsenal. And if you look at time dominated of the game, Arsenal dominated 50 minutes, 55 minutes, and West Ham dominated the other portion. So money well spent. I think Arsenal could have, and 4-3 would have been a fine result, but we'll take 3-3 and the positive second half, definitely.
Yeah. Right, just before we wrap things up, question of stats then. The stat we were looking for today was total West Ham corners. Clarkey, because he's had technical issues today, Dave's kindly filled in, and you took on the role of Clarkey in question of stats. You went
I've let him down.
Well, you went for 4. Whereas I went for 6, and I think Dan Roebuck went for 5.
I think Dan went 4. I went 5, Nick, and you.
Oh,
went
right.
6. So Dan's got the 3.
I've mixed it up. Right, Roebuck. I tried to cheat Roebuck out of some points, basically.
It's just you're used to giving him nothing. That's why.
Is that what I've done? Right. Well, there you go. The actual number was 3, and I'm shocked about it because there was a corner after kind of like 2 minutes. West Ham had a corner. I'm thinking, right, here we go. I'm in for the points here, but. Wasn't to be.
Yeah, the ironic thing was Dan mentioned that corner twice as well. Like, he got it in, didn't he? And then he ends up with the points. But it wasn't as dominating as they can be, West Ham, and that's testament to Arsenal. They did challenge them well in the air. Yeah. Apart from the Antonio, the Souček goal when Antonio got the header down. But other than that, I thought we did deserve at least a point out of this game.
Yeah. The one thing I will say just about question stats is only 1 point, not 3 points, because he didn't get it on the money. You only get when it's closest to the flag. It's only 1 point. So let's just letting the admin and everybody else know that, just because I know Dan
was making the slide up already, and he'd put 3 points on his already.
He's starting to breathe down my neck and stuff. We can't be having that. He's just been in the WhatsApp group claiming 3 points, but we're not having that. In fact, I've got a sound effect for it. We're not having that. There we go. Right. Anyway, Dave, thank you very much for your company and stepping in this afternoon. You'll be back on CoComs very soon, I imagine. Right. We are back in a few weeks' time, actually, because it's international break next week. So we're back for a toughie, Liverpool at the Emirates the following Sunday. It's a 4:30 kickoff. So make sure you join us on arsenal.com and the app at 4:00, and we'll see you then. Take care.